Hamas has caused deep divisions around the world. But inside one group in the United States, Jews and Muslims are already bridging that divide. CNN's Danny Freeman has more.
Thousands of miles from the fighting, the violence, the conflict.
Focus on the solution.
There is food, laughter, and love in this New Jersey home.
The first thing you do is you reach out to the other side.
This is the Bergen County chapter of the Interfaith Encounter Association, a larger organization based in Jerusalem dedicated to respectful dialogue and support between religions.
Every time I go to the meetings, like all these things that we have in common, I'm like, wow, you guys believe that too? Right?
This group of Muslims and Jews from several states has met for years through war, peace, and a pandemic to listen and learn.
We live in a bubble. And I think when you live in a bubble, this is when the stereotypes and all these isms tend to come out.
I actually think the power of a group like this is actually the difference. And we have different ways of thinking about things, and that's when I can learn something. I can't learn something from someone who's the same as me.
But that also means frank conversations about pain and discrimination, with Islamophobic and anti-Semitic incidents on the rise.
I realized, oh, you guys get also demonized just as much as we do. And so we are not that different. And learning that from you guys helps me understand that we are in this together.
You have to stand up to people who may not believe what you have to say. And I am in the same position, and I appreciate very much that you've been doing that. And I try to do the same as well.
At times, the work feels daunting.
We are in a very tough position that when I introduce myself that I do interfaith, a lot of people say I wouldn't want to be you these days.
But for Mohammed Alhomsi from Pennsylvania and Joan Heffler Goldstein from New Jersey, these relationships have proved a lifeline since October 7th.
When the hostilities first broke out, I finally stopped crying. I called Mohammed's wife, Tissam, because I needed to speak to my sister, who is looking at everything from a different direction than I am.
It must have been incredibly difficult.
It was really hard. It was really hard. It was really important for me to be able to see if I could see what her view was and show her what my view was and see if we could come together, and in fact we did.
What went through your mind when your Jewish friend Joan, reached out to your wife for comfort?
I was happy that Joan reached out to my wife. Yeah, I think it was over an hour conversation. I say, I'll take it. I said, thank you, God. Thank you for this connection that they have.
This connection was built on 9 years of these types of conversations.
If we're going to talk about politics, we first have to have the love and understanding and the deep trust. It's really a deep trust.
There's still disagreement. There's still lessons to learn. But in this room, there's hope.
I really feel that there's hope for the world. And now we should go eat.
Danny Freeman, CNN, Teaneck, New Jersey.
And thanks to Danny Freeman for that report. Coming up, a flurry of sexual